friends, it's Julie, and welcome to 2026. Let's do a what sold in December. This is not all of the ones that sold, but a good amount of, sampling. So the first one, we're going to go from the oldest to the newest. This was a lot of 3 Norway postcards, and they're Continental chromes like before. And these have been listed since 2023. March 2023. So it took less than 3 years to sell those. And next one, we have another Continental. It's a chrome. I don't remember if this is Continental or Standard. It's an interior gemstone lapidary museum. So if you didn't know, there are a lot of people who are rock hounds, and they do collect things such as images of rocks, as you'll see later here, and also interior museums and such are of interest as well. So just $6 though. Here's a real photo postcard of Switzerland. So we had some international sales. I know that there are a lot of postcard sellers who don't like to list internationals, but I think that was because it took a lot to know what they said, that you'd have to translate. And you could type in Google and try to translate, but you can also use Google, what is it called? Google Lens, and there is a translate function on the app, and it's pretty easy. It's not always accurate, but at least you get a good idea. So this went for less than $10. Here is a regular standard divided back postcard, a youth conference in 1964 in Birmingham, Alabama, and that went for $15. I've had it listed since April of 2023. There are a lot of these postcards. Don't get too excited. But this is a World War II landing day photo. There's nothing on the back, so no special thing. There's a lot of these that I want to offer. I did give some good offers in December. Another another chrome postcard in Mexico, and this is President Johnson and Diaz, whatever, which is right here. And you could do Google Lens on that if you'd like. Mexico postcards go pretty well for me. Here is a Continental Chrome advertising, and this one only went for $4.95 for a movie, and that has been up since June of 2022. Here, another Continental Chrome. This is an art one. I probably sold it for about $7.50, $7 to $8. Okay, talking about gemstones. This is one of them, the hematite jewelry. And the person that purchased this messaged me and said, I just bought this. But they were really excited to have the postcard and the actual hematite cube, whatever it is, for $12.97, and made some rockhound happy. Another Continental Chrome. This one's off the rack, $4.97. I believe it was off the rack. Yep. I think when we visited Butte, this was in 2024, a year and a little less than 2 years. Well, anyways, that's November. And one of those big sculpture things that look over the city. Another Chrome. Yes. Ambulance and wheeled coaches. So these kind of vehicles, people are interested. This is a unique card. I didn't see a lot of them as a manufacturing plant, so that went for a little less than $20. Here's another real photo postcard of Birmingham, Washington. These street scenes are always interesting, and when I can, I will list some of the items that I see, like Oldberg Drug and Coca-Cola. So anything like that is always of interest to people. Here's something Norway, but here's Oldberg Drugs. Here's the Coca-Cola right there, but there are collectors who look for those things. Went for $17.97. Been here since December 4th, 2025, so that one went fairly quickly. Here's an onlooker photograph, and it went for $5.97, and just had Yellowstone National Park on the back. Now, I don't know when this changed, but the photographs are going with eBay standard envelope now, which is a lot nicer than it used to be. Okay, does anyone know when that changed? I know it's been a few months, but just thought I'd mention it. So here's another Continental Chrome and art postcard. Went for $5.97. A real photo postcard in in Mexico. Gosh, do I even know what I'm doing? I don't know, you might wonder too. Of an airport. So you have this was, oh, this one I put at auction because I didn't know how much it went for, and I probably should have just stuck a price on it, but it sold, so had 3 bids. Real photo postcard of a ballet dance, and I thought this is a cool postcard. I had a few of them, real photo postcards from ballet dancers, BALI, not belly dancers, and this was in June of 2023, and this one went for the full asking price. Another chrome, the Hotel Intercontinental in Serbia. No idea why this was of interest, but it went for $5.97. It's been with me since December 2022, so 4 years? 4 years? Yeah, I don't know. Math is not my thing. Here's another real photo postcard. So basically the theme of this is real photo postcards and chromes are what I have been selling most of. Street view in Columbia, in Pasco, Washington. And I did put Siberry's Morton's Columbia Hardware van. So any kind of delivery van is always of interest. So there's a Pasco lunch. Hello. Oh, here's the delivery van, I think. So people like to see those things. I don't know why. $12.97. Okay, another Continental Chrome of dolls. I don't remember where I got these, but it was probably in a lot somewhere. But there's this one lady who buys them all. I think it's the same customer, but I haven't really tracked it. But pretty much she'll send me a note like, "Oh, I was so excited to get this doll postcard," and $5.97 is what they go for. Here is a different one. I think. No, this one is a chrome too. It is of an old picture by Huffley, Montana postcard for $7.97. Another chrome, Greetings from Gambriel State Park, went for $5.97. In Frederick, Maryland. This one went fairly quickly compared to others. It was listed in March. Here's another real photo postcard of Morro Castle in Cuba. So this one was posted, so we had the date, and it went for $10. Okay, this is an exciting postcard. Note the sarcasm. It is another Continental Chrome. It is art, and it was also posted, and it went for $5.97. A white border postcard of Robert's Hotel in Utah, and nothing really on the back. It's a pretty standard postcard, $4.97. A chrome of a barracuda fish. People like fish. I know SM Postcards likes fish. You've probably seen those. A cowboy riding a bucking horse. And I've just tried to name other things. This has been on for sale for a couple years. Went for $10 at full asking price. Another chrome, donkey and sheep in the landscape. So it is a art postcard. I sell a lot of those, and I didn't show you them all that I sold. This is a divided back, I believe. It is a advertising postcard, one of these. So I think these are always so fun to try to sell. I probably sold it for between $10 and $15 probably. It's hard to know how to price these because usually there's not a history of the subject. I don't think I saw another one. So what do you put on there? It's hard to say. It's an undivided back, yep, of a hotel with a car and driver, $8.97, another good international sale. And somebody asked me if my international postcards are sold international. Sometimes, but most of them are sold to people in the U.S. And ironically, the ones that go internationally are often not international postcards. So it's like we want what's on the other side of the fence or the ocean. Here is a divided back, Chicago Northwest Station. So stations are always interesting. This is a little different, $7.97. So this one is another chrome of Grand Bahamas Clubs, another international chrome. It does have a nice Bahamas stamp on it, and I probably sold it for around $7 to $8. I sold 3 art postcards, Continental Chrome, to one person. They sent me offers, I think, for about $7 for each of them. So I gladly accepted them and sold. It was nice to send them in one envelope. Another real photo postcard of Mexico. This one was listed on December 3rd, so it was a quick seller. I like quick sellers. Even though we are in a long tail business, it's nice to see that. And this was a panoramic view of a town. And Bighorn sheep. We would not be complete without a what sold video with me without a sheep. That was a sepia print. Sepia is a good keyword to put in. It went for $6.97. Been listed since November of 2022. Another art postcard. People like weird art. You saw that I did sell a Van Gogh, but Van Gogh's popular. But you want to look, if you're going to look for art postcards and be picky about them, get the ones that are different, abstract, weird, strange, because those seems to be the ones that not as many people buy off the rack at museums. But like this, it's like, I wouldn't want to hang this one on my wall, but it went for sale for $5.97. And finally, we have Montana, divided back of the Bitterroot Valley. There's a railroad track. I always try to mention if there's a train track or railroad track. I don't know the right terminology that those collectors like. So train tracks seem to work good because it doesn't require a lot of letters. And that went for $10. So that's what we got today. Let me know how your sales are doing and how this year is going. And I will see you next time. Have a joyful day. Goodbye.